All right, welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. You know how much we love to geek out about architecture here. So today we're going to be talking about how modern architecture really redefines, I guess, how we experience the outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at this podcast series called "The Art of Outdoor Living," and it's got all these really amazing examples. I mean, it's really kind of blowing my mind.
Yeah, I know. It's so cool seeing how they take these homes and just kind of blend them right into the landscape, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, are you ready to kind of discover how a home can sort of become one with nature? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
not even just like in it, but like a part of it.
Yeah.
So one of the big things, and I think this is something we've talked about before, is this idea that modern architecture is really all about um, bringing nature in, right?
Right,
Not
right.
shutting it out.
Totally. I think one of the things that the series does a really good job of is showing that core philosophy of modern architecture,
No?
like inviting nature in, not, walling it off or
Yeah, yeah.
blocking it out.
Because you think about older styles, and it was all about like keeping nature at bay,
Right, right.
and this is like the opposite.
It is. It's like they're saying "Hey, let's break down the barriers between indoors and out." You
Yeah,
know?
and I think like the first thing that comes to mind for me when I think about that is just those like amazing, like Instagram worthy views that you can, right?
Oh,
With
absolutely.
with a lot of this stuff. But it's got to be more than just aesthetics, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Like what else are we looking at here?
Well, there was that one episode that had that really stunning home. I think it was in California,
Mm-hmm.
and it had these just massive floor to ceiling windows, and they framed this panoramic view of the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, wow.
It was unbelievable.
Okay, yeah.
And the architect actually referred to the windows as living canvases because
Oh,
it
they are.
reflected the ever-changing colors of the sky and the sea.
Oh, that's cool.
So throughout the day it was always different. It was wild.
So they were like part of the design,
Totally,
not
totally.
just looking out of them. They were like that. Yeah,
Right.
that's so cool.
Imagine waking up to that every morning.
I know. Okay, I'm sold. I'm sold. I want to live there.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'm thinking with so much glass, you know,
Yeah.
how do these homes maintain any sense of privacy? You
Oh,
know,
that's a great question.
like is it just like, exhibitionism all the time?
Right. Oh, I think that's where the brilliance of modern architecture comes in,
Oh, yeah.
because the series highlighted how architects use landscaping really strategically to
Okay.
create privacy.
Okay. Yeah.
So for instance, in that California home, they actually planted all these mature olive trees
Oh, cool.
around the perimeter, and it screened the house from the street,
Oh, yeah.
So they still had those amazing ocean views, but they weren't, on display for everyone to see.
Okay, so they were kind of blocking like the street view. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's all about striking that balance, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Between openness and privacy.
So it is possible to do both.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool. Okay, so we're talking about this, bringing the outdoors in, and I immediately think about this idea of seamless flow.
Oh, yeah.
Like, is that kind of where we're headed with this? Like,
Absolutely.
what are we talking about with seamless flow?
Well, remember that minimalist home, that Bauhaus-inspired home that they featured in the Arizona desert.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It had those polished concrete floors that flowed from the living room straight out onto a shaded patio.
Oh wow.
And they even used the same material for both spaces, so it created this visual continuity.
Oh, that's cool.
So you didn't have this jarring transition from inside to outside. It was just this smooth flow.
Oh, that's cool. So it's not like here's the inside, boom, here's the outside. It's just sort of like
It just blends.
blends. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. But I'm just thinking concrete in the desert.
Right.
Doesn't that get crazy hot?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's where all of those passive design strategies, come into play. It's
Yeah.
all these architectural tricks
Yeah.
that work with nature, right?
Right.
Instead of against it.
Okay.
So deep overhangs, those provide shade, right?
Mhm.
And they position windows and courtyards in a way that encourages natural ventilation.
Right.
It's all about minimizing the need for like, energy guzzling air conditioning.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not just about like how it looks. It's really about like how it functions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, we're starting to see here how like functionality and sustainability kind of go hand in hand,
Oh,
right?
for
With
sure.
a lot of this.
For sure. And the series also like highlighted this home in Seattle
Mm-hmm.
that used reclaimed wood for the outdoor decking.
Oh,
And
cool.
they even had this like a rainwater harvesting system
Oh, wow.
to irrigate the garden, which I thought was like really cool, and
Yeah.
it showed like their commitment to like sustainable living.
So it's not just like they're beautiful homes, but it's like they're really designed with like the environment in mind.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. So, we're talking about these outdoor spaces. Are we just talking like patios and decks, or does it get like more elaborate than that?
Oh no, it definitely gets way more elaborate. Like
Okay.
one of the architects in the series, she calls outdoor living spaces like an extension of the home,
Okay.
you know? And they showed this one house in Colorado that had a full outdoor kitchen, like complete with like a wood-fired pizza oven.
Oh, wow.
It was it was amazing.
Okay.
Can you imagine hosting like a pizza party under the star? It was so cool.
That's living the dream.
Right.
I mean, pizza and stars. Like, what else do you need?
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm imagining though, these outdoor spaces, they're not just for like entertaining, right?
Right.
They must be for like connecting with nature on a daily basis.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, the series really emphasized that, like the importance of creating like these more intimate outdoor spaces for like quiet reflection and just,
Yeah.
being able to enjoy nature. Like there was this one home in Vermont that had this like secluded courtyard
Hmm.
with this like tranquil reflecting
Oh,
pool,
wow.
and it was surrounded by all this like lush greenery.
Oh, that sounds
It
awesome.
was it was like, having your own like private oasis,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Wow. Okay, so it really is like, I mean, it sounds so well thought out,
It really
from
is.
the big picture of like these windows and views to like these little private moments.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's really like a holistic approach
It
to
is.
to how we live in these spaces.
Right.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And I think that's kind of the like the big takeaway from like the art of outdoor living is that like, it really shows how modern design can like, achieve that harmony between like aesthetics, right?
Yeah.
Like how it looks,
Yeah.
functionality, like how it works, and
Yeah.
like this deep respect for,
Nature.
nature,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean this whole deep dive has definitely like opened my eyes,
Mm-hmm.
to how we can kind of blend architecture and nature,
Totally.
and what that can really look like.
Yeah.
So I guess kind of a final thought here for everybody listening. Like imagine, if you could design your own dream home, right?
Mhm.
How would you incorporate all of these principles?
Yeah.
Like to create a space that really reflects like your personal connection to the outdoors. Don't just like think about the building, think about like how you experience it.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I mean, let your imagination run wild and
Yeah.
see where it takes you.
Have fun with it.
Yeah, yeah. And we'd love to hear what you come up with. But that's going to do it for this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time.
See you later.